Welcome to the Hello Hornets podcast, an official podcast of the Mansfield Public Schools. In this episode, we speak with Jacques, who is the Director of Facilities for the district. He speaks about what his team does over the summer to get the school buildings ready for the new year, and about what they have to do during the school year to make sure the buildings and grounds are operational for students, staff, and the community. You can listen to all episodes in the series by visiting mansfieldschoolnews.com/podcast or by following the Mansfield Public Schools on Facebook or Twitter. Well, Matt, thank you so much for joining me today. Do you want to start by talking a little bit about how long you've been with the district and what your role is?
Sure. So I'm entering my 5th year with the district, and my role here is Director of Facilities. So I'm in charge of all the buildings and the grounds, keeping them looking good for our community and playing fields ready for our sports and extra activities that happen, and also making sure that our buildings are clean and ready and safe for our students and staff. And that includes all of our summer projects and work that we do to keep the buildings in good repair, including major projects that we've taken on over the last couple of years.
And with the school year starting just now, obviously one of the bigger things that you do, I would assume, is getting the schools ready for the start of the school year. With the students out of the building, you get to make sure that they're up to shape for day one. What goes into the process that you guys do during the summer?
Yeah, so I'm very fortunate. We have a great crew of custodians. Right now we have 19 custodians on staff. We're down a couple, so if anybody out there knows anybody who wants to be a custodian, we have a couple of jobs posted. And they work extremely hard during the summer. It's kind of one of those things that people don't realize, that when the staff and the kids go home for the summer, it really gets very busy for us. So they go through every single classroom. We move out furniture. They clean the furniture. Then they go in and clean the room. So last summer we stripped and re-waxed about 36 classrooms throughout the district, which doesn't sound like a lot, but that means every other classroom also gets cleaned and an additional coat of wax gets put on. So they do all of that work. And this summer we had a little more moving around to do. We brought back the furniture that we had taken out last year for the social distancing. So we took back about 34 truckloads of furniture. We staged that in our gyms, and then the custodial crew went through, cleaned it up, and put it back into each classroom. So that's just one part. They go through every single room in our buildings to get them ready, and top to bottom, in and out, and really do a great job under the supervision of our custodial supervisor, Mark Parlon. But really, it's the men and women in our custodial staff that just do a tremendous amount of work in the summertime to get our buildings ready.
And then once the school year starts, obviously your jobs don't end there. What sorts of projects have you been doing now that the school year has started, and what projects will you be doing throughout the year?
So, some of the bigger projects we try and do over the summer. So just this year we got our 4 welcome windows up and running, which is a big project for the facilities team, which is pretty visual. People see that as they come into our schools now, but we did all new sidewalks and curbing at the bus loop between the high school and the middle school. So that's a big project. We took out all the sidewalks and redid those. We also did a huge lighting project at the Jordan Jackson this year. We changed over 600 light fixtures and upgraded them from fluorescent lights to LED lights. And now that school is in, we are finishing up a landscaping project. All of our buildings, we went through and we're updating the landscaping at our signs and at the front of our buildings to really make it more welcoming for our community and our students when they come to school every day. And then the custodians go right back into, with the number of students in each building every day, everything has to be touched. Every classroom gets touched every night. Every bathroom gets touched every day. And then with extracurricular activities, our sports and our band and our drama club, there's a lot of these areas that get used up until 6, 7, 8 o'clock at night. So we just keep busy getting those cleaned and ready for the next day, so that people really don't know all the activities that happen after that last bell rings. And it takes the team a while in the afternoon to just put everything back together and get ready for the next day.
It seems like a lot of what you do, it's a combination of making the schools look good, which is important, sort of the community-facing part of it, but also making sure that students and faculty can do their jobs. And then there's also the safety component, making sure that things are the way they need to be for student safety, and that the buildings can operate and function as the way they need to be.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. So it's that kind of the the approach of having to keep that all and also be welcoming too. So we have this. You want to be secure. You want to keep the buildings clean and upkeep. But then our community, they're their buildings and they want to use them. So there's a lot of activities that go on. Cub Scout meetings. Girl Scout troops are here. Sports are here. So basketball, rec basketball starts. So it's that balance of wanting to make sure our buildings are ready for the students every morning when they start, and then also having a nice welcoming building for our community to use as they need it in the afternoon. So there's a lot of things that we juggle, a lot of balls in the air, so to speak. But we just are very fortunate. We have a great team here that understands that and understands that we're here for a diverse audience, and a large group of people really need to use our buildings, and they do a great job keeping us ready every day.
What is it like? I know in Mansfield, all the buildings are sort of clustered in one central area. What is it like having all the buildings close by?
Yeah, for us, it's really unique and a good situation because we can shift resources as needed, and we can be it's walking distance to every building. So that's really convenient for me as I go out and look at things that need to be done, or we're working on projects. Just this morning we were working on a project in the elementary school over at Robinson in the library, and also finishing up some landscaping at the high school. So I can bounce back and forth between the two projects and not have to get in a vehicle and drive anywhere. So it's very convenient. But also it's convenient to have everything in this area for our staffing. So if we have to shift custodial staff to help in one building, or our facility staff to help, it's all right here. So it's great to have it so close.
It seems like you would have a very unique perspective on the district and the way the back to school has gone. Teachers are focused on their classrooms and administrators have their roles, but it seems like you put a toe in every area of the school. What is getting back to school and having everyone back in full person learning been like as this school year has started?
Wow, we're so excited to have everybody back because it's as I said, we work through the summer, and when an empty school is just not it doesn't feel right to us, or to me especially. It's so great to have the staff and the students, especially to the students. And my office is in the high school, so I'm here probably more than any other building. So you see the high school kids come in, but boy, I love going over to the elementary schools and seeing how excited those students are to get back into a classroom and to see their teacher every morning and to come into the building. So it's been really good to have everybody back. It's just not right when you're working around the schools and there's nobody here. It just doesn't feel right. So we're happy. I mean, it certainly creates its challenges, when you have the number of students that we do in each building to try and work around and get things accomplished. But I'll say during the summer when you're here and there's nobody, no students or very few students and staff in the building, it just doesn't it's not a good feeling. We love to have everybody back.
Well, Matt, thank you so much for all you do and for all your staff. I know it doesn't always necessarily get noticed, but clearly the things that you do really help make the schools run and run smoothly. So thank you for everything that you do, and best of luck this year.
Boy, I appreciate that. Thanks again for having me do this. It's a lot of fun.